Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. I want to give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have an absolutely ridiculous show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Be sure to be sure to sign up to our free newsletter called Champions Digest. We have a pin in the comments below. Please make sure you do that. We have over 700 people signed up already. And also make sure you follow me on Instagram. My handle is CTABA. NZ. So let's get into this topic, man. So, day before yesterday, Nick Fuentes went on the Piers Morgan show, and that video now probably has 3 million views. Very, very viral interview. Everyone and their grandmother were reacting to it on the internet yesterday. We reacted to it, pissed off some people. Some people liked it. I don't care. I'm just giving you my thoughts and opinions, right? You can't get everybody to agree with you. But one of the things that I've been noticing is that there are a lot of grifters in media. And the simple reason people are grifting is because, well, look, it's a way to make a lot of money. But there are a lot of grifters, not just on the left, but also on the right. Not just black guys, but also white. Everybody's grifting, right? Because it's the easiest way to make $1. I'm always calling out Stephen A. Smith because I believe he's a grifter. I believe that Stephen A. Smith, for the longest time, has always had liberal views. And now all of a sudden, once Trump took office, now all of a sudden he's a conservative commentator. For goodness sakes, he voted for Kamala Harris. He himself said it. There are videos of him arguing on Sean Hannity's show during the campaign, the presidential campaign, for why Kamala Harris is a better candidate than Donald Trump. The moment she loses the election, all of a sudden, he now becomes this Trump guy. I'm like, bro, what are we talking about here? Like, what exactly are we talking about here? But look, for the people that know this, I don't need to explain this. For the people that don't know it, I need to explain it, right? So what I'm going to say right now is going to be quite obvious to a lot of people. And then what I'm going to say is also going to be probably a revelation to some. What you have here, one of the ways that some black creators make content, is simply this. They put on a microphone and they start saying things about blacks that are disparaging. One of the quickest ways to gain an audience. One of the quickest ways. It's either black people as a whole, black women, that's a big one. Black women, you start talking about black women or women, and oh man, they're going to be showing up in droves for you. Some of these people have figured it out. I want to talk about the Cartier family. How did I discover the Cartier family? I discovered the Cartier family through osmosis, the same way I discovered the Hodge twins. The Hodge twins, they used to do fitness videos. These guys were amongst the funniest, probably the funniest set of people you're going to see on YouTube. They were insanely hilarious. Insanely hilarious, especially with the shows where people they'll read people's questions. Some of the funniest stuff you will ever hear. And you know the craziest part about it was these guys were wildly successful. They were extremely successful doing their videos with their comedy and all of this. It was just absolutely insane. Then I just kind of lost sight of them for some years. And then next thing you know, I couldn't find their videos. I'm like, what happened to these guys, right? What happened? Next thing you know, they turned into the conservative twins. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And then now we know what they've become. But one of the group of people I also discovered was the Cartier family. Now I discovered them because I listen to hip hop. And they would do like reaction videos to some of the greatest hip hop records of all time, like Biggie and Bone Thugs and Harmony and Notorious stuff. So that's how I discovered them. So once in a while, I would go on the internet looking for reaction videos. And I noticed they weren't doing these videos anymore. I'm like, okay, maybe they've changed or whatever. Then I started looking at some of their content. I'm like, oh, okay. So these guys are grifting here. Like they started the grift. So what happened? I reacted to that Nick Fuentes video, as I told you. These guys were not even on my radar. Then I was going through the internet and a video pops up from them on their channel. And the video says, the title of the show says, Black America is furious after what Nick Fuentes said, right? And you have these guys on the thumbnail or whatever. And the first thing I thought to my mind was, the grift must continue on. I see these guys are now, they got to keep grifting. So what we want to do is we want to play what some of these guys had to say here. I want you guys to just listen to this stuff here. Like it's unreal. Listen to them quickly. And then we're going to come back and react to some of the stuff that they said. Take a listen to these guys here.
They know how it is. That's why the first thing they do when they make a little bit of money is they go and leave to another neighborhood.
Okay, so what was I'm gonna take a pause on the facts, guys.
I mean,
that's a fact.
If you're to asking me, do I think that people that kill people need to go to jail? I think that's an undeniable fact.
For sure.
I think that a lot of the crime against other black people that comes from black people is a problem. We've said that on this channel 100 times.
2 + 2.
I mean, it's like I can't. It's like I'm not going to be offended at something that I've also said.
Now, Pierce, he just said, "Oh, I went to Chicago University." That's the
I
problem.
said my son did.
Well, whatever. A lot of these liberals. I'm not gonna say Pierce is liberal. I don't know what he is, but a lot of people that try to sugarcoat what's going on in the black community and in the hood have never been to the hood, and they have never been around black people enough to know what black people do here. So.
I mean, we just watched a video of a birthday party getting shot up. I mean, these are the type of people and type of things that happen in the hood. I mean, it may not happen at the rate people try to deny it, but the fact that it happens is enough to make these type of comments. I think those people need to go to jail. I've said that on this channel too. I've said that the crime that black people commit against other black people is a problem. We talk about that on this channel all the time. We get accused of being coons,
2 + 2.
sellouts, tap dancing for white. So it's like, bro, I'm a black person. I see crimes committed against people that look like me by people that look like me. I take issue with it. It doesn't matter who agrees with me. It's a problem.
These conservative ideologies are 2 + 2. Now
it's really not even a conservative ideology. I really just feel like that's just a factual ideology. If you kill people, you should go to jail.
Period.
That's what jail is for.
But real quick though, liberals are literally letting people out that commit.
Yeah, that's facts. It is a conservative talking point as well. But the fact that so if the stat is correct, 1 out of 20.
Pierce is gonna say that's not correct, but let's
look it up real quick.
Well, Pierce, let's hear what Pierce says. Let's look it up real quick. His rebuttal is a liberal rebuttal to me. Let's hear what he says. But yeah, you can look it up if you want to, because he said they got people on the show fact checking right now. But either way, it doesn't have to be fact checked to me. We see day to day. I'm black. I'm around black people all the time.
It's interesting. People make comments on us like, "Oh, you guys don't be in the hood. Y'all don't be around black people. Y'all hate black people." No, we don't.
They don't.
I literally am black. All my friends are black. I'm a black guy. I mean, like what?
Yeah, it said the 1 under 20 stat. Not Pierce. Nick said that he got that from somewhere. Maybe it's wrong or right. Maybe it's right or wrong. Who knows? But we know what we see day to day.
It says that, according to Grog, that stat isn't.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to keep it 100. I'm just going to keep it 100. If you kill people, you should go to jail. It doesn't matter what race you are.
I feel like we honestly shouldn't even be saying that on the freaking mic.
I just think that's just a factual statement.
Let's hear what Pierce has to say.
Okay, you would accept that the official crime statistics are 1 in 100.
No, let's check it. We do need to check it.
I don't care about the stat at all. I don't care about the stat at all.
I care about stats and facts and speaking the truth.
Well, I mean,
he said data hazard.
Look, at the end of the day, we know what the hell going on. Everybody gets stats wrong every day.
Excellent. So you heard what the Cartier family had to say there. Now, I apologize. I don't know their names individually. Again, I never used to watch this show like that. I only used to see it for the reaction videos. I just want to go over some of what they said. It's a long video. I think they did a 31-minute reaction video. And they got a lot of comments, a lot of views, 230,000 views, right? So they got a lot of traction out of this video. But I just want to react to some of what they said. They played a part where Nick Fuentes and Piers Morgan were arguing over the data, the statistics over violence among black men and all of this stuff. As they're there arguing, I think they paused the video and the guy that's always sitting to the right says, you know what, let me try to pull up the data here, right? And then the guy that's sitting on the left, the fair one, the light-skinned one, he goes, man, I don't care nothing about these stats. I mean, I don't care nothing about these stats. And the guy on the right, just looking at him, he seemed like he was trying to be at least balanced. Number one. Number two, looking at his facial expression, he looks like somebody that's being held hostage. He looks like Steve Nash on the Mind the Game podcast. He looks like he's there being held hostage. A lot of what was said, the guy looks uncomfortable. It looks like I'm doing this and I'm like, I don't feel good about what I'm doing. Right? Some of it. Now, that's how he looked in this video. I don't know how he looks all the time. But essentially what these gentlemen were the point that they were trying to push forward was, They were talking about violence, being amongst black people. You're going to get, there's a high likelihood of violence and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And I read through some of their comments. And some people like, man, I like these guys. I like these guys because they're willing to be honest about this thing. They're willing to be honest about it. And I like them for that. Who here is saying that there isn't violence in the black community? Who here is saying that there isn't? Are we breaking any news by saying this? Who? Is there violence in the black? Yes, there is. But you got to ask, what are the drivers of violence? Because these guys are being slick. They're, even by the title of the video, Black America's Fear. And I'm sitting there like, ain't you part of Black America? Like the way I read the time, I'm like, ain't y'all a part of Black America? Or maybe, am I misunderstanding something? Aren't you part of Black America too? Or, so what do you mean Black America? You might as well have wrote, we Black Americans are pissed off, because ain't you black? So I'm confused that they said that. It almost seems as if, looking at the wording of their title, like as if it's like those black people over there, and then we're here. It's like we're the good ones. We're the ones that kind of understand how the world works, while those over there, they don't even know what's going. Like it's us, and then it's those guys. And I'm like, I'm confused. And you think you're like, I'm confused, right? So you have that, but essentially, what they're trying to, the point that they're trying to hammer home are few. Number one, by saying Black America is free, they're saying, blacks are emotional and this. They can't handle information. They can't handle facts and all of this stuff. And they're also trying to reinforce the idea that blacks are inherently a violent race of people. That's essentially what these guys are doing. And they know it. Do you know how I know this? Because one of them says they don't care about the stats. All they care about is the narrative. That is irrelevant. He's like, man, I'm speaking from my experience. We all know. We be in the hood, man. We all know. Okay. Let an adult take it from here. Is there violence in the black community? Yes, there is. Okay, you got it. But is it because they're black people? No. I'll repeat it once more. Is there violence within the black community? The answer is yes, a resounding yes. Every black person watching this video would probably agree with me, most likely agree with me, yes. But is the violence there because they're black people? No. Now, America is a unique situation. Why? Because the black citizens of the United States, those that are descendants of slaves, they have a totally different upbringing in the United States. Some of the mental warfare and stuff that they face through generations, it's a different thing. But I want to talk about this thing from a macro standpoint. I live in Nigeria. I'm a United States citizen, moving back to the States. I've been spending the last 7 months trying to figure out what state I want to move to. I still haven't figured it out, right? Pissing my wife off, but who cares? I'll figure it out later. I'm living in Nigeria. Guess what race of people you find in Nigeria? Guess. Black, right? You find black people. Do you know what I've discovered? If you listen to these guys here, you should be finding black people all over the place killing each other. But that's not the point. That's not the case. What you have black people that they don't commit violence. They don't do nothing. These are people that have money. They live in good neighborhoods. They don't commit crimes. The neighborhood I live in, there's no crime here. There's nobody shooting up nobody here. There's nobody fighting with nobody here. And the next neighborhood over there and the next neighbor. No, why? Because it's not poor where I live. But if you go to the poor areas where education isn't there, of course you're going to find violence. But if you listen to these jokers, if you come to Nigeria, everybody's going to be fighting and killing each other because, well, they're black people. What about if you go to Albania? One of my college roommates lived in Albania. He'll tell you just how dangerous of a country that is. And what are Albanians? Are they purple people or what? What are Albanians? Do you know why he told me the number one drivers? Poverty. So violence is prevalent where there's poverty and a lack of education. What about Mexico? What about all of these countries all over the world where you find low income and low education? What are you going to find there? Violence. Where have you been where you see rich people fighting and shooting each other? Where? Where is the place? Cartier family. Aren't there rich black neighborhoods in America? Maybe in Atlanta, various pockets, Maryland, wherever. Do you find them up in there shooting up each other and doing? Of course they don't. Why? Because these are educated people that make a lot of money. But if we listen to you guys, you would have it seem like, man, blacks are just like this. No. People that live in low income areas and low education areas, that's where you find crime predominantly. It's not a black thing. It's a human thing. You can find this playing out itself everywhere in the world. In any country, if you go to areas and pockets where there's low education and low income, you will find crime. But that's not what these guys are telling you. They're talking about some damn Black America is furious. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And I'm just calling it out. I'm just calling it out. These people are not serious. They're grifting. Come on, we know this, man. We know this. We know this. These guys are not here to tell the truth about black people. They're here to promote an ideology and a stigma towards blacks. That's what they're there to do. And they have no problem sitting their black asses in front of that camera and doing it. Do you know why? Because at the end of the day, that check gon' clear. Cha-ching, ching, 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 ching. They making money. And this is one of the biggest hustles going on in the United States today. Whenever I see some of these dudes overzealously saying this type of cornball, goofy shit, I know, oh, okay, this guy, he finally had enough time to make some money. Not to say that they're black conservatives. Of course, they're black conservatives. But these guys that do this is some other shit. This is some thing about, oh, there's violence. Bro, what are you talking? Have you been around the world? What about all the countries I've been to? I've been to so many countries with so many different backgrounds. So many different backgrounds. You think there's no poverty there? I went to Monte Carlo a number of years ago. Monaco, Monte Carlo. There were black people walking around. Were they up there shooting up and stabbing people? Huh? Were they shooting and stabbing people? How were they? Of course they were not. Because they had money. They had money. I've been to Egypt, been to Malaysia, been to Dubai. I've been to so many countries. But if you go to the dangerous parts, guess what? Your ass will be dealt with by the people of that country. But leave it to the Cartier family. They will have you out here thinking, man, blacks are just violent, man. Blacks are just black. Oh, blacks are just violent, man. I don't know what to tell you. They just a bunch of violent mofos.